What's good people? This is Dr. Michael Anthony Hicks Jr., man. Just coming to you with another Border Boss conversation, and a conversation that really need to be talked about because I see it going around so much. And I just want to help young men understand what it is that they're actually saying, but also understand the mind frame that you also need to be in. I see a lot of young people saying, and also people my age actually saying that six figures is not any money. And I'm here to tell you that's a bold-faced ass lie. Six figures is a substantial amount of money. Only 10% of people in America, the whole United States of America, 10% of people make six figures. That's $100,000 and above. For people to be irresponsible, that's what it is, irresponsible, and saying that six figures is not enough money once they got to six figures, they're saying that because they're, one, overspending, two, thinking that six figure means that you're rich and you're able to do what rich folks do, and three, just outright just irresponsible. Young people, if you make six figures, you make good money. You don't make great money. You're not rich, but you make good enough money. You need to scale back. And that's the word people don't like to hear, scaling back. Because for the longest, it was a study, I think it was done in, I want to say in the 1980s, where it stated that if you made a six-figure income in the United States, you were basically well off. And what I mean by well off, you were able to save money, send your children to college, and still live a good life off of that money in the 1980s. Now, we know that because money changes every year to year, because of inflation, six figures yesterday or in the 1980s is not six figures today, right? We understand and we know that. So by today's time, that would be probably 130, maybe 120, $130,000. But nonetheless, six figures is a measuring mark for if you're in the top 10% of earners in the United States. So for you to say that even as you make 10% of what anybody in America is making, and you're still saying that you don't make enough money, it's because you believe that making six figure made you rich, and it didn't. Making six figures would not make you rich. You have to make multiple six figures in order for you to live a lifestyle that you think you should live. Most people hear that six figure tag and they automatically assume that they can live an above six figure life, and that's not true. Right? If you make 100,000, for an example, I'm just gonna say this. If you make 100,000, right, and you were used to shopping at, MK, Michael Kors, Coach, K-Spade, things that are of a middle status, right? If you were used to shopping at them and you make six figures, you still can shop at them and buy, multiple items, right? And you were doing this probably before you was making six figures. So you was probably doing this at $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, going to those brands exclusively, because if you were to go to a Louis Vuitton, a Gucci, Prada, Fendi, a Chanel, those type of brands, you already know those are high class brands. You wouldn't go in there monthly. You wouldn't even think about going quarterly. You might not even be able to go once a year. But once you hear those words, six figures, and you see that on your pay stub, you believe you can go in there monthly. And those people make their brands make materials and goods for people that make over $10,000 a week. At six figures, you make close to $10,000 a month. So now you're overspending what you actually make. when all you had to do was do it a little tick of it up, not go the whole thing up, right? When you make six figures, if you were staying in an apartment that cost you $1,500, don't try to go get an apartment that costs you $2,500. You don't make that much money. Now you might can get you something $1,700. You might can find you a little better apartment, but the same square footage, things like that. But you're not supposed to go that far up, because if you do, then it's going to make it seem like you don't make enough money. But a lot of people hear that six-figure tag and automatically assume that they're making rich money, and six figures is nothing more than above middle class, or right at middle class now. But it's enough money. And the reason why I say it's enough money is because at six figures, you can do a lot of things. You just can't do what rich folks do. And that's the problem a lot of people have. They hear that six-figure number and they want to do what rich folks do. No, you cannot go to Ocean Prime, Ruth Chris, STK, Capital Grill, True Lux, and all of these different places weekly. You can't do that just because you say you make six figures. Now, you might can go once a month because you was used to you remember where you come from. You come from Cheddar's, Applebee's, Red Lobster. See what I'm saying? You wasn't even going to these places then. But you make a little money now. You might can go once a month. But people get that six-figure tag and believe they can go once a week. And that's not true. You can't do that. You're going to be broke. So when you're scaling up, and this is what I want a lot of young people to think about, especially young men, bro, once you get to that six-figure tag, this ain't the time for you to ball. This is a time to set your foundation straight. Once you start making six figures, this is the time to invest the most. This ain't the time to splurge the most. You have not arrived yet. You're close. You have a marking point, right? For an example, for me, I wanted to make six figures before I turned 30. I did that, right? But I knew the only reason why I wanted to make six figures is because I wanted more capital so I can go try to make more money, not so I can go splurge more and buy more Jordans and buy more Louis Vuitton and buy more Polo. No. I knew that if I made that much money, I could take some of that money, make it into capital, and go reinvest it. So when you get to that six-figure mark, you can still pay all your bills that you have, still have money left over to invest in what you really want to do. That's what six figures is for. So young men, especially, when you make six figures, don't be going around here talking about that ain't enough money. You look like a fool. It is enough money. What you need to do is invest more and scale back. Don't be going out here just because you just now start making $100K and now you want to go buy that new Benz. And not the regular, you don't even want, you go skip past the C class, the A class. Nah, you going right to the S class. Why? You don't make S class money yet. It's just the title of six figures have in the back of your mind thinking that you're rich and you're not. You just had a Hyundai. You at six figures, guess what? Now you can go buy Challenger Charger comfortably. RT maybe. Don't go out here and get no Hellcat. It's $100,000. You got a $100,000 car, you barely make $100,000. It makes 0 sense. But you can take some of that money, keep the car that you have, pay it off, save that money, right? Invest in something to where that investment pays for that Hellcat. Pays for that. See, this is the thing that we have to understand. as people, especially as black folks. Looking good and being broke is stupid. Get you in an investment to where it pays for the stuff that you like to do. But the stuff that you need, that is your earning stuff. You need a valuable car. You need somewhere to stay. If you're married with kids, you got to make sure the kids and stuff are taken care of. That stuff is necessities. But your wants, find you an investment that can fuel your wants. You want a luxury vehicle? Go buy a business that generates $30,000, $40,000 a month. And then you go find you that luxury vehicle you want. That's probably about $1,000 a month. But the business pay for that vehicle. Now you got a vehicle that's not on your credit, that's on the LLC, that you get to enjoy. You like expensive clothes? Go invest in a business that generates capital, cash flow, to where you can take money out of it monthly to be able to go buy you luxury clothes, but it doesn't come from you. It doesn't come from your primary earning job. That's what you go do. And that's how you can afford to have those type of things and still be a six-figure earner that took some of that six-figure money, bought something that's cash flowing, using some of that cash flow to buy stuff that you like. But don't go around and talk about six figures ain't no money, because it is. It's a great starting point. And for some people, that's all they're like, getting the six figures is all they want to do. And here you are in your youth talking about it ain't no money. That's because you're trying to do rich stuff. That's why it ain't no money. Scale it back. Okay? Scale it the hell back. And invest in something that'll generate you some cash flow so you can do what rich folk do. You think rich folks use their earning money to buy luxury items. They do not. They do not. Rich people invest with their earnings, take those investments, and go buy luxury items. It's not a priority to them. The priority is going to go get other investments that generate more money. And when you make six figures, that's what should be on your mind. Is finding something you can put that money into, because now you make a little extra. Put that extra into something that can make you more money. Because them clothes, them shoes, them cars, it don't make you no money. You look like money, but it don't make you no money. All right? Stop saying six figures ain't no money. You sound crazy out here. Talking about 10% of the whole United States population. 10% of those people only make over $100,000. And here you are talking about it ain't no money. All because you can't live the lifestyle that you want, and you're going to have to scale back, and you don't want to do that because you thinking you making extra money, you should be able to go do a little bit more, when really you should be investing a little bit more. All right, that's it for me, Dr. Hicks. I'm out. I hope this information helps you. I hope it fuels you. I hope it gets you revved up so you can go out here and go make that money so you can get the things that you want the right way. All right, that's another talk from Boy the Boss. I'll holler at y'all later. Signing off, Dr. Hicks.